Hello, my name is Aida and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a video in collaboration with Tobela Paper Crafting. Today I'm here to show you an album that I have made with different shapes, full and dynamic and very fun. I have called it Album Rooms because it reminds me of a model of a small house. The measures of everything I use are written on the screen. Let's start. I'm going to line the two chipboards of the front and back covers with the blue wood effect fox leather I have. To do this, I draw the outline of the chipboards on the fox leather, leaving a 3/4 inch margin around it. Once I have finished cutting the fox leather pieces, I apply adhesive with a brush and place the chipboards on top. With my hands or a fabric or a folding tool, I remove the air pockets that remain between the fox leather and the chipboards. Next, I cut the corners of the fox leather, leaving a margin with the edge of the chipboard and the edge of the fox leather, that it is twice the thickness of the chipboard. Now I glue two opposite sides of the fox leather flaps I have around of the chipboard. For the other two flaps, I first stack the corners in a bit and then glue the remaining flaps. Now I have the chipboards lined on the outside, and before lining them on the inside, I'm going to put a ribbon in order to close the album. I leave it fixed with some double-sided tape or with liquid glue. I'm going to put the chipboards aside for a while I prepare the pages that are going to go inside. In my case there are 4 pages and they will have a half cube shape. To do this I cut a piece of cardstock the size shown on the screen. On one side I mark in half and on the other side in half up to the intersection. From the smallest mark, I leave a small margin to cut one of the squares that are made. That margin that I have left, I turn it into a tab to form the half cube. In the other square, I mark the diagonal as you can see on the screen. With the help of the folding tool, I fold all the marks. With this I already have the base of my pages and I will need 4 pieces like this one. Next, I'm going to increase the capacity of my album by adding a flap and a pocket. First, I make the flaps. I cut a piece of cardstock on the long side. I mark a small margin to make a flap. That flap will go behind one of the walls of the half cube. In addition to gluing the flap to the half cube, I finish glue the half cube and put some magnets on the flap so that it stays closed and doesn't get in the way when opening and closing the album. Behind the camera, I had made 3 more pieces like this one. Before placing the pocket, I'm going to put decorated paper on the page. I like decorated paper to be framed, so I cut pieces smaller than the size of the cardstock. This way you can see a frame around it. After gluing the decorated paper, I'm going to cut 4 cards that will go in the pocket, and with what I have left over cardstock, I cut the size of the pocket, so I use all the paper and the cardstock scraps that I generate, and I don't waste anything. To make the pocket, it is important that the width of the pocket is 1 inch larger than the width of the page, so that when we make the tabs on the sides, it will be the same size on the long sides. I also make a tab. Before placing the pocket, I glue decorated paper on it. Once glued, I decorate the cards that I have previously cut with decorated paper and handlets. Everything you see that I have done on the page, I have done 3 more times to have a total of 4 pages. Now, I'm going to glue each of the pages together. First, I put glue in a U shape to create more pockets, but the pages do not support the weight, and I have to glue the pages together. Once I have all the pages glued together, I glue the front and back zipper. I decorate the front of the album with die-cuts from the collection. Finally, off the camera, I put photos and decorations. I show you the final result of the album, so you can see how spectacular it looks both open and closed. Hope you liked the video. If so, give me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, and hit the bell so YouTube notifies you every time I upload a new video. See you soon!